Okay. Hey YouTube, Gundam here, and welcome back to EVE Online, where I'm looking at my character for interest in selling. Obviously I've done the skills in the previous video, and now items. And how come I can't adjust this? That's oh. Obviously I have some ore just lying around. That's worth like nothing. Let me stack everything just in case. Yep, that adjusted it just a hair. I have Mjolnir Fury heavy missiles, tech level 2. It says it's worth about 78,000 ISK. Big whoop. Some mining drones. Quaviv Mexilon, worth like 9 million. Noxium, 13 million in Noxium worth. Pyrite, 5.5 million in worth. Titanium, 28 million worth. Medium Nosferatu, that's worth like nothing. 144,000. Heavy missile launcher, just lying around. 859,000. Sterile conduits. That is 60 million right there, which I'm going to take to probably Jeddah and sell it. Reactive metals I've got lying around. Toxic metal construction blocks. That's another 15 million. Consumer electronics. 2.5 million. Coolant. 3.5 million. There was this. Let me view the contents. Well, actually, let me just open the container. That's better. Okay, here it is. This is the first thing. DAD coprocessor, 1 use. Another one, 1 use. Arbitrator, many uses. Corax, many. Scourge Fury heavy missiles, a bunch of those. For about 4 million. A bunch of iron charges, that's worth nothing. Plutonium charges, that's worth nothing. Capital construction parts, that's 122 million ISK right there. 25 million for that. 23 for that. Actually, the estimated value is 280 million for everything in here. A whole bunch of stuff for a command ship. Some railguns, heavy missile launchers, micro warp drive, another micro warp drive, medium processor, medium core defense field extender. And that stuff is what's in here. It's worth about 280 million. If I take a look at this, doesn't say. I'm not sure how to get it to... Well, I'll probably just do this. Now, estimated value is about 426 million, which is nice. So, just the contents of this one container, about 450 million ISK. Now, I've got a bunch of ships. TSS Icarus here. Let me view the cargo hold. Empty. TSS Behemoth, down here somewhere. Behemoth. Oh, that's nothing. Empty. Butcher. TSS Butcher is a Corax. Light missiles, you know, it's only worth about 11 million. Oh, yeah, a couple of skills. Big whoop. TSS Command, just some charges. Big whoop. Icarus, empty. Minor 49 are empty. Minor 59 are empty. The Axiom, that's got some stuff. Can't remember if any of these have anything in it. No. The reason for this is if somebody decides they want to attack me, they can't see what I've got. So, yeah, that's great. And that's the last of the ships. Except for this thing. TSS Ultima, which has a bunch of missiles. Now, what about the fitting? Well, I gotta make them active and show you the fitting. This is TSS Icarus. It is a Bustard, I believe. I honestly remember. Crane, excuse me. The Buster is the other thing. A crane with Covidops cloak. That's gonna be worth something. Medium cargo optimization rigs, 2 of those. Afterburner, and 2 cargo expanders, Tech 2. Nice little crane. That's worth what? Estimated value 121 million. Now TSS Command. TSS, I named all my ships that. So Mr. Command here, it's a command ship. This is the Vulture. Couple command rigs, couple siege warfare links, some little other things. It's not that much. Yeah, you'll probably just rip everything out except for the rigs, of course, and take it from there. But yeah, I like the look of this thing, by the way. Estimated value 230 million. So yeah, 450 million for this. 121 million for this, and this is just the ship, I believe, not the contents. And 230 million for that. So that's already close to 800 million. There's this thing, which is 120. That's probably up to $1 billion already. That might be $1 billion ISK right there. It's practically empty. A whole bunch of cargo holds, some more cargo, more cargo. Those are Tech 2. These are Tech 2 rigs. Okay. They are apparently right now 21 and 22 million apiece. So that's 45. Plus Tech 1 Afterburner, and all of these are Tech 2. So yeah, that's a bit more. So that's definitely at $1 billion ISK there. This thing, I believe, isn't it a destroyer? Pretty sure it's just a destroyer that's like not equipped at all. Doesn't even. Okay, it does have rigs. 3 little rigs, tier 1. Ballistic control, level 2. Damage control. Awesome. Afterburner, or the micro warp drive. No weapons, but the weapons are in there. I believe this is, that's Corax. This is Cormorant, which doesn't have a name. Guns, no ammo, and nothing else. Miner 49er, I've called it. This is a Hulk mining exhumer. Right there. Hulk. Some strip miners. Medium ancillary current router, 2 of those. A pair of micro auxiliary power cores. Ore scanner, survey scanner, shield regen, adaptive invol, and afterburner. This thing is valued at $1 million. This is valued at less than $1 million. This is valued at 204 million, so that's 1.2 billion. I'm not sure. Can I view market details of it? Yes. Okay, that's just the ship, and that's basically the minimum value. So that's just the ship. The other stuff on that, though, not worth that much. Miner 59er is a Mackinac? No. Yeah, it's Mackinac. This is a Tech 2 exhumer, which used to be really, it was good for mining ice, and the Hulk was just the best. And not anymore. Couple strip miners, medium cargo hold opties. Those are level 2, which actually, if I view the contents of this, oh yeah, they're ancillary routers. But these are cargo opties, and those are 25 apiece. Couple Ice Harvester upgrades in case you want to do that. So you got to add 25 million to this, which is 171, so that's 200 million right there, roughly. TSS Ultima. Actually, no. How about this one? The Axiom, my favorite non-capital ship. Hello. Remember my skill that was Caldari Freighter was maxed out? Yeah, it gives it 981,250. So yeah, and you can carry 8 of these, which are freight containers worth practically nothing, about 2 million. This ship is valued at 1.2 billion ISK. So you're already at 1.2 or 1.3 roughly. So now it's at 2.3, 2.4. TSS Ultima. Oh yeah, this is going to cost some money. Now it says the value is only 165 million, but I don't think it goes into the subsystems. Tango propulsion, intercalated nanofibers, offensive, accelerated ejection bay, engineering, capacitor regeneration matrix, defensive, amplification node, and electronics dissolution sequencer. It's a combat ship, but it's designed to tank. Okay, yeah, capacitor, as long as they don't drain your capacitor, it tanks level 4s. I have 5 heavy missile launchers, level 2. Medium capacitor control circuit. Medium core defense field extender. That is a Tech 2. That's a Tech 2 rig. About 100 million ISK. Probably less. One of these, which is also Tech 2. About 70 million ISK. I'll go off of that. Now, this is where it gets expensive. Adaptive invulnerability field, not worth much at all. EM ward field 2, not worth much at all. Large shield extender, not worth much. Shield boost amplifier, not worth much. Shield boost amp, not worth much. Oh, by the way, these are worth, how much? This is the intercalated. Oh yeah, introduction nullifier, I don't have. That's 40 million. Accelerated ejection bay. 83, 84, so that's 120. Capacitor regen. That's 27, 28. What am I up to now? 400? I mean 100, 40, 150 amplification node. This guy here. That's worth another like 70. So that's 210. Dissolution sequencer. That's another, I'll call it 45. So about 250, 260 million. Plus this stuff, which was this 70, 80 again? I can't remember. I honestly can't remember. One of these was 70. There was like what, 30? No, 100. So that's another 180 plus that, and ballistic control system, capacitor flux, power diagnostic, coprocessor, damage control. You're talking about for everything thus far, except for this here, about 500 million? 500 million ISK. I'm going to call it right around 500 million ISK. Then there's this. Pith X-Type Large Shield Booster. Yeah, that's way down here. Finding contracts. What's the contract for? Some cruise launchers, acolytes. Is there a ship? Well, there's the booster. Concussion bomb, dread grease to... That's a lot of stuff, actually. I'm not seeing a ship. Well, this thing... Oh, Raven Navy issue. There it is. There's a Raven Navy issue. Surprisingly cheap for that. Okay. But last I had seen of these... Yeah, right there. 40 million ISK. That's 40 million ISK. So, with that, that's right around $1 billion ISK. So that's $1 billion... Combine it to the 2.5 we already had, that's 3.5 billion ISK thus far. And this is just one location. I'm gonna have to go to the other locations. Well, for ships wise. But I can show you assets elsewhere. Actually, let me go to my science and complete some jobs that I'm pretty sure are done by now. By the way, I have planets in system here which are, yeah. Deliver. Thank you. Yeah, I have stuff on 6 planets, 5 in this system, 1 in Hatakani, designed to make the majority for the stuff of sterile conduits and construction blocks. Now, assets. Ivanen? Was it Ivanen? Oh, let's not get to that yet. Jitta, just a wetware mainframe, that's not worth much. As I say, skip. Sandkassen. There's just a Badger, Mark II. Big deal. See, I'll skip the stuff in here, except for the refinery. Are these... Yeah, these are currently packaged up. Those are worth about 2 million a piece. Big whoop. We are currently at, what did we say? That was 2 and that. So we are currently at around 3.25 billion. But there is this. That's a jump freighter. And in case you're wondering, I made the requirements. I've flown that thing quite a bit. That is the Rhea Caldari jump freighter in system here. And according to that, the estimated price is over 6 billion. Let's just view the market details. Yep, 6.5 now. They're 6.5. This says 6.1. They've gone up. So based off of that, that is 10 billion ISK. 10 billion ISK for the stuff in the mineral reserve here and the corporation refinery. That's it. That is it. Just those two. I'm ignoring the ones there. Let's take a look at Otsuse, which is quite a bit away. There's quite a bit of projectile ammo, hydrogen isotopes, Mjolnir. So there's that. But this is what? The SS Domestic Abuse. Naglfar. And I used to be able to get in that. Apparently now I cannot, because it says I need Minmatar Destroyer at level 3, which would take about 6.5 hours. And that's it. And the dog wants him. Get in here. In or out, Oz. But yeah, that is a Naglfar class Dreadnought. We're already at 10 billion ISK, by the way. View market details. Well, people are willing to buy one for over 2 billion, so that's just, I'll just add 2 billion. Estimated value is 2.4. Contents, it is loaded. Adaptive invols is definitely loaded, including with rigs. The rigs here are tier 1. Oh, anyone want 350 mil siege artillery? I had gotten that thing before they took off the missiles, which is why. But yeah, shield booster, cruise launcher. Yeah, there's a pair of cruise launchers still on the thing. You might be able to get it to work. Probably not. Gyro stabilizers. There's a lot of stuff. This thing is fully loaded. And it has a tier 1 siege module. Yeah, I know there's a tier 2, which, by the way, I can use a tier 2, but I don't have one. Well, not yet. That's like another 80 million. So, let's just call it 2.2 billion, so we're up to 12.2 billion ISK. Now, back to assets. That was Otsutsu. Sia we'll skip for now. Ivanen. Amar fuel block blueprint. That's not going to be worth much. Even though I have upgraded it. Material level 288. Productivity level 861. I have upgraded it. That's, well, let's just call that 10 million. That's another 10 million. Another 10 million. Another 10 million. Another 10. That's 50 million right there. Big deal. This. It's big deal. 750,000. These are the special tactical weapons. Laser, hybrid, another hybrid, EMP. So that's worth practically nothing. Scroll back up. Medium processor. That's worth practically nothing. Mobile large warp disruptor. That's worth 122 million. These are all Blueprint originals, by the way. None of these are, the other stuff, because I believe I've been researching them. Some material level, not much. But that's another 100 million. So another 150 because of those other ones. That brings it up to, what were we, 12.2, 12.3. That's going to add it up to about 12.4 with some other stuff. Let's just call it about 12.4. NAGA Blueprint. 615 million, according to that. And material level 16, productivity level 49. So that's 13 billion ISK right there. Now I have this Capital Construction Parts Blueprint. That's worth over $1 billion in and of itself. Material level 140, productivity level 104. And it is an original blueprint, which is nice. So that's $1 billion. That's 14 billion. Did I already get the NAGA? Yes, I did. So the last thing, this extra large ship maintenance array, because I can actually make quite a profit with these if I build them. Material level 7, productivity level 7. That's kind of why I was making those wetware mainframes or whatever they were. So that's another 500 million. So right there, you're talking about what? We were at 13, 14. So that's 14 and a half. I need to just get my calculator out. I apologize if I got this wrong. So 14, let's call it 14 and a half. Sandkasten, big deal. See ya. I'll get to that later because that's expensive. See ya is where the expensive stuff is, with the exception